Welcome to Baxter's weekly yoga balance pose. I'm here again at the Oakland Yoga Studio, and today I'm excited to share with you something that I'm calling the Matrix. This is a little bit of both a balancing pose and also a strength building pose. I want you to be careful with this one if you have any wrist issues or shoulder issues when you take your arms behind your back. For those folks, you might watch this through once and then decide if it makes sense for you to try it. So we're going to build this particular pose out of something called reverse table position. So I'm going to show that to you very quickly. I'm going to turn to the side so you can get a side view. Your hands come back behind you a little bit, your feet are out in front of you, and then you lift the hips a little bit off the floor, widening the chest, and then lifting up a little bit higher. Ideally, you bring the hips up high enough that your body is like a table relative to the floor. And then come down for a moment and release. You might shake out your hands. Couple things about the wrists. You can have your hands pointing forward, out to the side, or back, whichever feels best for you. So now we're going to take this from the reverse table into the matrix. So for the matrix variation, sometimes I'll have my feet just a little wider apart, the hands are behind, and then I'm going to press down, firming the elbows, lift the hips up and push the knees forward. Ideally, your knees end up more or less over your ankles, but it's okay if the feet are a little wider. And then you're going to shift your weight onto your left arm and hand, and you're going to take the right arm and reach it forward and up and overhead, as if you were dodging something heading towards you, parallel to the floor. Your hips can drop down for a moment, and then come back up. Make your right arm strong, shift a little bit to the right side, and then take your left arm forward, up and overhead, kind of a big sweep around, and then bring it down. Again, shifting to the left side, the right arm comes up and overhead smoothly, the hand comes down, the hips might lower for a moment, then lift the hips back up, then take the left arm and sweep it up and overhead, and then bring it down. So you're balancing on one arm and two legs for a few moments there. There's some dynamic movement, so it requires a little bit of agility. When you're done, it's a good idea to move the wrists around a little bit to release the tension, make fists and do the same thing. You can go in both directions with the hands. That often feels really good. And then just give the arms a good shake. That's our balancing pose for today. You can always find me at baxterbell.com, and you can read my blog, Yoga for Healthy Aging, at the blog site by the same name. Thanks for joining me today. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.